basically I want to show you a demonstration of me sourcing, products on these liquidation pallet sites like CASHFLOW. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all products, and then I'm going to sort it price low to high. That's my favorite thing to do because then I can sort and figure out what's the cheapest that I can get a return on my investment. Now, it's important to keep in mind how many units come in and whether it's new or used conditions. Sometimes you're going to get customer returns that haven't been checked yet. So it'll say uninspected customer returns. And in that case, you can get a number of different things that might not be new. In some cases, you're going to get shelf pulls. So these are obviously brand new, as you see here. 25 units, shelf pulls, obviously sold out. So this one right here is 27 units of customer returns at $151.23. The MSRP, so what it retails at roughly, is a little bit under $1,100. So obviously that's something that you'd want to look into, but this is lawn and garden. Now I'm sourcing with the end goal in mind, so I'm interested in a lot of these clothing items. So I'm going to start checking a couple of these out. So 25 units, shelf pulls. So I know that these are brand new. It looks like they have tags on them, and it looks like a lot of them are men's clothes. Now, I can push these, just knowing this, I could list them on eBay, I could list them on Mercari, and I could list them on Poshmark. Probably 70 to 80% of them will sell really fast, not really fast, but within a month or so if they're brand new on Poshmark. And it would behoove me to simply copy and paste the listing from Poshmark and slap them on Mercari and eBay as well, so I have a chance to sell them there as well. I sell the majority of my clothes on Poshmark when I'm doing this, but it works on eBay and Mercari as well. So let me just look through a couple of these. You're getting great pictures here. All of them look brand new. So you got Van Heusen, Stafford, that's more Van Heusen, Izod, Stafford. So these are obviously brand name products that I can sell back on Poshmark and eBay and Mercari because they're established brands already. So I'm not selling something random that I bought off Amazon that's a private label product that nobody knows about. I'm selling established brands that already have established brand credibility and people are already looking for. So let's just run through the example. This might not be a good example because I need to find a better one. Typically, if you're spending like $160, you're trying to find more units and obviously new. But it all depends. They recommend that the retail value of this pallet right here, 25 units in total, is $1,143. So let's just run through. If I bought this to my door for $162.50, let's do the math right here. I'll actually, instead of using my handy dandy calculator on my phone, I'll just pull up the calculator so you guys can see it. All right, so we have, it's $162.50, and we're dividing that by 25 units to see how much each unit roughly is going to cost to get to my door. And it's $6.50. Now, I know personally, and that you're going to need, like I said, keep the end goal in mind. You have to have a little bit of experience selling on Poshmark, Mercari, or eBay with this. But if you can get things relatively cheap, like anywhere under, like, honestly, $6-7 would be ideal. If you can get something lower, which a lot of times you can, like $1.50 to $2 per unit, perfect, because you can sell a lot of those newer items back on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari for anywhere from like $10 to $30 realistically. So right here it's $6.50 a unit, or $6.50 an item to my door, which means that I'd ship them back out. So that immediately takes $6.50 off my profit margin. Let's say hypothetically I sell all of these 25 units for I'm reaching for my calculator again, for $20, which I think is, relatively reasonable. Some of them might sell for $30 because they're like brand name shirts, like Izod. It looks like a brand new brand name Izod shirt. A brand new brand name Stafford, and so on and so forth. So some of those might sell more than 20, but we're just going to take the rough average of 20 because some of these pants might sell for like 10 to 15 bucks. So we'll take the average of 20. So if it costs me $6.50 to get them to my door, and I'm selling 25 units at an average of 20 bucks, that's $500 minus was it $6.50 per unit? So minus the $162.50. Which means that I'm making $337.50, literally buying these 25 units, relisting them back up, and then selling them. Now, it's important to keep in mind they all might not sell right away, but if they're new, typically speaking, and they're clothing, they will sell on Poshmark, they will sell on eBay, and they'll eventually sell on Mercari. It's all about just basically slapping them up there and playing the waiting game. And if they're new, they'll sell. Now, $337, let's just hypothetically assume that 25 of those units total, maybe 15 of them sell within like the first week because they're brand new. And then maybe 5 more sell within the first month, and then 5 more sell, within 2 months. It's a return on your investment business. So typically the money is made in the purchase. If you're spending 162 to get these 25 units to your door, hypothetically speaking, if you sell them off for 20 on average, you can assume to make $337.50 on these 25 units. This is probably a bad example. Let's find a better one. This looks like another great brand name product, and it's also important to keep the MSRP here. So this one's a little bit less recommended than the last one. I think the last one was $11.43, but you're getting a lot of brand name pants. It looks like you're getting some Stafford, some Izod, similar stuff here. And it's 25 units for $162.50 yet again. We're going to run through the numbers again. It's going to obviously come out to the same thing. So $162.50 divided by 25, because 25 units equals $650 to my door. So I'm paying $650 a unit to get each of these 25 units to my door. Then hypothetically, let's say that maybe I sell each of these pants for 25 bucks. I sell each of these shirts for 25 bucks. Now, like I said, some of them you might sell for 10 bucks. If you can't sell them eventually, you might push them for 10 bucks 2 months later if you can't get rid of them. Initially, you might list them all at 40 and some of them might sell at 40. Let's take the rough average of $22 this time and said I can push all of these 25 units eventually on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari within a month or two. So then we're getting, for $650 to my door, we're going to sell 25 units at 22 bucks average. That's 550 bucks. Minus the $162.50 to get to my door. And that's coming out to a $387.50 profit margin just for buying these, getting them delivered to my house, and then slapping them back up on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. It's a really lucrative business if you have money to invest. It's a great place to get a good return on your money. Now, like I said, 90% of the stuff is, coupon arbitrage. I do liquidation pallets here and there, A, to test them out for you and see that this was viable, and B, because it's just a good place to park my money. If I spend $162 or invest $162.50 into 25 of these units, I can slap them back up on Poshmark within maybe 2 hours of work, and then within a month or two, I'm turning that $162.50 into $387.50. This is a great way to park my money for a month or two and make $162.50 into $440 something or whatever it was. So I'm gonna make $387.50 on investing that $162.50, roughly speaking, by doing this.